Good timing.
That's good timing.
Hey, look at that. Hey,
That's
did
so
you all
good.
enjoy your smooth vibes from Zach Pittman?
Brought to you by Zach Pittman.
That's good stuff,
It
man.
was wonderful. Hey, Zach, what are you kicking?
It.
Easy.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
Easy
Like,
style.
it's easy for you to kick it. I just wanted to know what it was.
it.
Okay. Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
You know what it is.
Universal it.
So we're gonna let people assume what it is, and we would love your comments
Yeah,
of what
please.
you think
Fill in
Zach
your
is
blank.
kicking.
It's a Mad Lib.
Not the bucket.
Oh, okay. Honestly, that wasn't the worst thing I could think of. So
Good.
I feel like there's a lot of other things that you could kick that would come across worse for you.
I'm just taking the easy ones.
Okay.
Kicking the bucket is like a
Okay.
easy. But yeah.
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 I don't know, man.
I want to hear them. I want to see what you guys have to say.
Yeah. So yesterday was Mother's Day.
Yeah.
What'd you guys do?
I was kicking it easy.
Oh, so true.
Yeah.
It was that type of year, I think. For
Okay.
kicking it easy on Mother's Day.
Okay. What do you mean by that type of year?
Just like maybe the age of our kids or something, but Rachel has been working at the school.
Yeah.
And so we're getting near the end of the year, and so she's really counting down the days.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
And she loves it. Like it's
Yeah.
it's not that. It's just that she is ready for summertime and she can
Yeah.
see it. And I'm sure all
Uh-huh.
teachers are kind of there. And so
Yeah.
there's a common vibe that happens as we're finding out. And so she's just ready for the change of pace. And she's been working really hard to get through the first year. And I've heard that
Yeah.
teachers' first years are always really tough.
They're rough.
So that's where she is, and I think that's a good thing. But so yesterday, when I don't know if that's how Mother's Days are for all teachers, but just we kind of took it easy yesterday, and it's also a Sunday,
Yeah.
so going through the regular stuff. So that's what we were doing. It sounds like you guys were kind of kicking it easy too over there.
We were, man. We so Sunday holidays are weird in ministry because like they don't really exist. You still go to work, you know. But yeah, after we got home, we had Alpha's folks over, but we just ordered like fried chicken from somewhere. Or they brought the fried chicken, and then I made a few sides to go with it. And then after they left, we just chilled out in the house and hunkered down, watched a movie that we somehow didn't watch for 20 years. And yeah, that whole
Nice.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we camped out in the living room last night watching a movie.
Oh,
One
yes.
of Kaylin's favorite movies
I saw that.
is The Parent Trap.
I saw that. Yeah.
And I probably saw it when I was a kid, but
Yeah.
I don't remember it.
Yeah.
And so I basically, effectively, have never seen it. And Jude obviously hasn't. And so she's been talking about camping out in the living room for months now.
Yeah.
And so last night we did, and it was really fun. I didn't sleep well, but it was fun.
I'm thinking odds are you probably didn't see it as a kid because you would have been like the age for the movie.
Yeah.
But you would have also been the one like choosing whether or not you saw it.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah, it came out in like 98,
Yeah.
99, somewhere
Yeah.
in there. And yeah, I would have been 7 or 8 by then. I wouldn't have chosen it, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think I was a DCOM kid, but I wasn't the demographic for that particular movie, I don't think.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I didn't see it.
it was good. It was really cute.
Maybe I saw it when we had kids, like Alpha.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
It's not one that I'm going to elect to watch again,
No.
but I saw it and it was fine. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so we did that. We went to lunch with my parents yesterday.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a kicking it easy kind of day.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, we watched. So the movie's called like Little Manhattan. I don't know if you've ever
I've
seen
heard
it. Or
of
Little
that.
New
I've-
York.
I've
Little New
never-
York.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I don't know. So the kid that plays
He's like, no, I
Peeta-
haven't
Little
heard of
Manhattan
that.
is familiar. The other one's
Maybe
not.
it's Little Manhattan. The kid that plays Peeta in the Hunger Games.
Yes, that's Little Manhattan.
Okay,
Yeah.
Little Manhattan. Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't remember what girl is in that, but I know
A
the movie you're talking
girl
about.
is in it. But it's dude, we were laughing so hard. Partially because our boys were laughing so hard. Like that was Alpha and I were watching the boys as much as the movies.
Yeah. My kids are getting to that age where they will laugh at stuff, and it's funny because it's funny, but then it's funny because they think it's funny.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's really
There were
good.
some spots where Jude was cackling last night. I thought he'd be bored with the movie because it's a live action. He's
Yeah.
used to watching
Yeah.
animated
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
But they know how to make movies
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
appeal to kids.
Yeah.
I underestimated it.
Do
But
that.
he was cackling when there's like some prank in the cabin and there's buckets
Yeah.
falling on their
Yeah.
heads. And he was just squealing. It was so cute.
Have you noticed? I don't know if this probably happened to all of us, but like my kids, if they see something that's pretty old, there's a pretty heavy dividing line where they'll be like, "Nope, not watching that,"
Yeah.
or they're locked in completely.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
and not even in a like newer way where they just get this dopamine hit
Yeah.
after dopamine hit.
Yeah.
It's more just they made good stuff. Like you didn't know what was going to happen next. I
Yeah.
feel like that happens with cartoons sometimes, like Looney Tunes.
I think that dividing line for my kids is like old but tangible items in the old movie, they'll watch. Like Back to the Future, there's not a lot of like graphics happening. You know what I mean? And they'll watch that. But an older movie that maybe had graphics when I was a kid, they're like, yeah, this looks really old and dumb. And that's like the dividing line for my kids, I think. I don't know.
Yeah,
Where
but some of
old
those things
cartoons
captivate
don't
them.
hit that way. They're like, because they're cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like no wonder we sat there and watched them because
Yeah.
like they will still do that and they have the plethora of things to watch. It's always intrigued me just how captivating some of those things are.
Yeah.
And if they're on, I'll just sit there and be like, and then realize, oh man, I've been watching this for.
Yeah.
And I love that, but it's at the same time it might be the kids glued to their TV when they were a kid type of thing. So, but it's kind of cool. It's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
So, no, good stuff. Always fun to just chill out as a family and hang. So,
Yeah.
And for our family, we have Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And then the 14th is our anniversary.
Yes.
And the 24th is her birthday.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of things stack up all at once.
Yeah.
And so Mother's Day always becomes an easier one.
Yeah.
Not to its detriment, I don't think, but just by nature of all of the stuff we're about
Yeah.
to do,
Yeah.
it becomes one of the easier ones that we still celebrate it, but we do often take it easy.
Yeah, I think we do that with Mother's Day and Father's Day both. Like that's honestly in our heart of hearts, that's what we want is just to hang out.
Yeah.
And so we tend to do that for those days. Our anniversary is also coming at the end of the month. And so we tend to try to do more together for that.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever go out to eat on Mother's Day?
Never ever.
Never.
I'm
Try
not.
not to.
never.
In fact,
Man,
I wouldn't
no.
have wanted to if not for First Watch's lineup thing, whatever in the app.
Yeah.
Because of that, we didn't have to wait there for an hour.
Oh,
We
nice.
showed up, and then within 5 minutes, we were
I was going to say, never do I ever on Mother's Day or Valentine's
I
Day
don't wanna go
want
wait
to go out to
somewhere.
eat.
No,
sure
Also, Veterans Day, shout out to that. Don't want to go out to eat. Like everywhere is just
Maybe when we didn't have an
So
11
busy.
o'clock service.
yeah.
Maybe,
But now that
yeah.
we're getting out at noon and then actually leaving the building at noon 30 or
Yeah.
later.
Right.
it's-
Yeah.
Man, we're never going to beat the crowd.
No, never.
We tried to go to this Thai place in
Yeah.
I think it was in Festus, Missouri, which is like
Festus, okay.
You don't think that's the place that I need
That's
to go
not
eat
where I
Thai
would've
food.
put Thai, but
It was
yeah.
so good though. But this was like a regular place that we would go to, but we tried to go there maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
On Mother's Day because they were giving like a free meal to moms.
funny.
And that was like that might have been their mistake.
Yeah.
Is a full free meal. They could have man. People were gonna go there anyways. Now there's a free meal at stake. So
Yeah.
we sat there. I think we sat there for an hour.
No thanks.
And we just watched people get mad around us, and it
Yeah.
was just really uncomfortable. And so so that haunts me every time.
Not for me.
So
Mother's Day.
my first full time gig, the senior pastor there, he hated restaurants if you had to wait. Like if you walked in and they were like, "You're gonna have to wait for 10 minutes," he's like, "Nope," and he would leave. But all of his favorite places are restaurants that never had to wait. And so he would take you to go out to eat. He'd be like, "Let's go over here. It's my favorite restaurant." Ah, it's closed. Why do they close? I'm like, because no one eats there.
Wah, wah.
Oh, that's funny.
You're the only customer.
It's just you, man. You're the whole line.
Sometimes I will go to places like that. I'm like, this place is so good, but then I look around and I'm like, there's nobody here.
Nobody else is here.
They're not going to be here for very much longer.
You put it on your social media. Try to make it big.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was like Hardee's closed in town.
Yeah.
I thought they were like done for.
Coming back, man.
They came back.
Yeah,
They're
how
open
about
again.
it?
That's crazy.
And so yeah,
People love them raisin biscuits.
yeah.
How about that?
They don't even do it anymore.
So I'm wondering if they just did a remodel or something, or if it looked like they were closing just because. But I don't. It's
don't
hard
know.
to get over there.
I know what the rumors said, but who knows what the rumors, if they're real or not.
I'll have to have you
Is it
tell
the
me
same
later.
location?
Yeah. I thought they were
Same
going to open
spot?
up in the mall. Is what I thought, but I think that was just a rumor.
No.
I
Yeah.
heard we got a Dunkin' that just opened a couple days ago.
In the
Walmart?
good Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
East Side Walmart. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Maybe
No
I'll,
offense to anybody who
I
loves the
didn't-
West Side Walmart. I just
Yeah.
have higher standards
We
than
all
you.
know. We, I think they said they're not serving donuts, which was
Yeah.
a big
Oh.
disappointment to a lot
okay.
of folks.
I guess I'll stay on the east side.
It's
West
Dunkin'
side.
coffee. It's just Dunkin'.
Okay.
Yeah.
It says Dunkin', but they're just serving coffee at least at the moment.
I mean, they've kind of changed their model. to
yeah, that's what I
coffee.
was thinking. I wasn't
They
surprised
they
weren't
changed
doing
their
donuts,
name to
but-
just Dunkin' a few
But
years ago.
everyone on Facebook was, "Where are the donuts?"
The donuts are terrible.
Where are they?
Go somewhere
I think
better.
they're all just salty about Schulte's Donuts and now Hen House Donuts
Are-
being its own disaster.
Or are they not good? I don't know. Ask me the last time I went there for donuts.
So we actually just went the other day, which this was kind of pre Mother's Day celebration, but we after the soccer games on Saturday, which are the last ones for the season, we went to this place. Man, I can't remember what it's called, but it was like an artisan sourdough.
So
donut?
someone brought a box of those yesterday morning to the church.
okay.
I might have had one.
They were good.
I never eat the donuts here, but I had one of those.
I do like the ones from Schulte's.
They're fine.
But
yeah.
But yeah, so it's 10 seconds in the microwave will do it too. So
Yeah.
But no, these were like they were advertising them really big, and they just looked like I feel like a regular donut is like this big, and they were
huge.
just a little bit bigger.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So, but they were good, and like Rachel said she could taste the sourdough taste,
Oh, I
and so I
couldn't.
wondered like,
Yeah.
my brain immediately was like, are they actually sourdough or are they
Adding
or are they-
sour flavor.
Yeah, or are they sourdough with some yeast?
Yeah.
and then a regular rise, because that takes a long time to crank out a sourdough.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah.
Donuts
but-
on mass would be crazy.
Yeah, and so they had a line. They were at
Yeah.
Premium Pets is where they had posted up, and so that's where we went.
So yesterday, probably because of the holiday, I thought this was cool to see. So someone brought in, of course, we had our normal donuts. Someone brought in 2 trays of cookies. Someone else brought in a thing of donuts. Someone else brought in a thing. Like we had all this random hodgepodge of
Nice.
stuff just coming in the lobby all day.
That was kind of the name of the name of the day yesterday,
Yeah.
because it was kind of that, like, we had collaborated for different things, and so
Yeah.
some of the decorations they didn't match, even though they both looked Mother's Day.
Yeah.
but they were still like
Yeah.
like you could tell that it was a teamwork thing.
Yeah.
So it was kind of cool. But yeah, so that added to that. I guess I didn't see those as much, but
Yep. So it was funny to watch. I love watching that stuff happen. You know, even though it's not always our favorite thing for random things to pop up all the time. It was
Yeah.
fun for yesterday.
yeah.
So yeah, and then the flowers yesterday, they were nice.
Yeah.
Like yeah,
Yeah, we've done some different things in the past, and I've really let Debbie kind of take
she owns
take
it.
the lead. Yeah, she really owns it, and so I love that she does that, and she does a good job. We used to get our flowers from one place, and they ended up.
Yeah.
I think they got purchased, and so then
yeah.
that.
They're a Dollar General now, I think.
Oh, okay. The deal that we had before wasn't available through the new company,
Yeah.
and so yeah, we had to change what we did, but we did that this year, and I don't know if we'll do that every year or not. Just because buying a potted plant is it gets pricey pretty quick. So
Yeah.
but being able to do that, we still had some left over, so we kind of hit the nail on the head for
For
some of
you
that,
had the
which was-
right amount left over. I felt like yeah.
yeah. So and like I think maybe Rachel got more than one plant because of that, just to try
a few ladies that were there after third service got a few plants, but it was like again the right amount left over because you know
You don't want 100
was-
plants left over.
it wasn't like $100 extra a plants. It was
Yeah.
like $30 extra a plants. It was probably the right amount.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like that's gone really well. I'm excited about our Father's Day thing this year, which
Yeah,
come on Father's Day.
come on
find out.
Father's Day and find out.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, it's good.
It's going to be the bomb.
Yep. So
.com.
.com. So
That's
anyway,
like-
so yesterday, do you preach different things on Mother's Day, or do you like seek certain things or avoid certain things?
I preach Jesus. That's
Okay.
what I do.
Okay.
Moms are great, but I preach Jesus. And on Father's Day, dads are great, but I preach Jesus.
Cool.
And that's I don't know. That's my
Yeah.
my personal ethic in that.
Good.
I don't really change for all of the hodgepodgey holidays that exist throughout the year. I do change for Easter because
Yeah.
that's a Christian holiday. I do change for Christmas. That's a Christian holiday.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of my own ethic there.
But you don't ever have to like avoid a specific topic. Like Mother's Day, I feel like is a little more maybe sensitive, but
Yeah,
like,
Mother's and Father's Day are both sensitive subjects, depending on the situation. Mother's Day has a maybe a wider swath of sensitivities around it.
yeah.
Father's Day has sensitivity around it because there's just a lot of not great dads that exist out there.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, no, and if a text lines up, like I think last year, it kind of lined up where the text was female centric anyways,
Yeah.
or there was going to be one in that series that was, and so I just moved it to Mother's Day. But I don't intentionally
Yeah.
go, oh, it's Mother's Day, I have to plan that. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I ended up doing a reading, just like homage kind of a reading. And I think that turned out well, but man, like, I don't want to make people cry on purpose, but
Yeah.
but like, I think we had some people that way. And then like, I realized as I get older, I know more of the people who fit all those descriptions.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that we're all that way. But just the last time that I opened that document up and looked at it, I was in a different stage of life, effectively. And it was really it's probably only 5 years ago, but just, so that hit me like first service.
Yeah.
I was really glad that it wasn't recorded because I was really just having to make it through. And,
Nothing like crying on the internet.
yeah. Yeah. So, but I feel like that turned out good. And I think it's important to like take time to check in on those people in that particular way.
I think it's good to tell people like, hey, we see you.
Yeah.
We see you serving hard. And we appreciate you, and we see you struggling with the day, and we appreciate you.
Yeah.
I think it's good to do that and healthy to do that.
Yeah. And I'm always hopeful that like God will go before me in some of those things, and like the right person will be in the service at the right time, and he will be able to use that hopefully, rather than,
We're talking about that next week. There you go.
All right.
There's your prequel. Not this coming week. Next week. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that all of that hit well, because I only have good intentions there, and so but just I know that day can be hard for some ladies as well.
Yeah.
And
some men.
Yeah. Yeah. And grandparents, it just hits everybody, because if you're I don't know, if you're celebrating Mother's Day and you have grandkids, it's like however many fold.
Oh yeah.
It just duplicates.
I think that's cool. That's one of my favorite things. I think now, whenever I can, like, I do a wedding and grandma and grandpa are there, like, that's one of my favorite things to watch, is like how two people suddenly became 30. You know what I mean? And like to see that interaction. And I think that's got to be, it's got to be the weirdest thing in the world to look out at like all of these lives that you're responsible for. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But also like how rewarding is it to stand next to your wife, right? Holding her hand, and you're looking at all of these lives that you're responsible for.
Yeah. That's got to be weird.
Yeah. And so, it's one of my favorite things now at weddings.
And you work so hard for so many years to like take care of your own kids, and then you do the job of a grandparent and take care of those kids. And so if you're watching your grandkid get married, it's maybe even more so there.
I did a wedding earlier this year that like grandma and grandpa were great grandma and grandpa too. And so you're talking like generations. It was just really cool to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's crazy.
Yeah. Crazy to think about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it's so cool because like I never knew my great grandparents, and my family tends to have younger deaths in it, and so like that's not a thing I've seen until seeing it in other people. So
I knew my dad's grandparents, like grandparents on my dad, or great grandparents on my dad's side, and that's actually Rachel's ring is the diamond from my great grandma, which is kind of cool.
Yeah,
and I guess her wedding band is almost completely the exact ring, but it's just like been restored, and so I thought that was a cool thing. But man, I think they passed when I was pretty young, maybe 10 or something. Yeah, and so almost like I remember them, and I have an uncle who had Down syndrome, and I kind of knew him, but it was probably I was about 10 whenever they passed, and so yeah. But it was cool to get to know them, and I don't know if that changes anything one way or the other, but it would have felt different having the diamond from someone who I'd never had known. Yeah. And so knowing them and spending a little bit of time with them, like I can remember my great grandpa's voice, which is kind of a weird.
Yeah, that's a weird thing, but that's awesome.
Yeah, I can remember my great grandma's voice for sure. And I knew them. A couple of my great grandparents. We have a picture from when I was less than a year old of 5 generations in our family.
Oh,
so
wow.
my great-great-grandpa was still alive at that point.
Wild.
And so we have that one picture that was pretty
wild
soon before he died. But but it's really neat.
Yeah.
Just that. Yeah.
That's really crazy.
History.
Great is. That doesn't happen very
wild.
often. Yeah.
So Alpha, her family, the ladies tend to live pretty old. And so so like my kids got to meet a couple of her grandparents, or a couple my older two got to meet a couple of her grandparents, but my grandparents were all gone by the time we had kids, and so just wild.
That is crazy.
Yeah. So what a very appropriate Mother's Day thing to talk about, guys.
That?
You like that?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
So, speaking of Mother's Day, let's talk about the sermon, which didn't talk about Mother's Day at all. What do you think?
Speaking of,
My segue was not much of a segue since it wasn't about mothers.
didn't connect at all.
Oh no, that was a perfect segue. So, yeah, we started this series, and we're doing. So we're not really doing the Book of Acts. We're just doing the Book of Acts. Like we're doing 6 weeks.
Sure.
It's very, very small. Like if we really want to do the Book of Acts and do it well, we would take 8 months,
Yeah, I was
7
gonna
months.
Yeah.
Maybe even a year. But we're just doing a few sections, a few pieces, a few chunks, and kind of asking the question. Like the question is what was following Jesus meant to be? Because I think that there's just so much confusion about that. And honestly, in the church realm, there's so many different flavors of church and so much of that too. And I think that doesn't help, as far as that goes. And so we're just asking the question, what was following Jesus meant to be? So yesterday we were looking at Acts chapter 1, and we were looking at the moment, like between the crucifixion to where Jesus leaves again, and just kind of talking about like what was happening there and what was the purpose and how how Jesus was forming his people, but then also sending his people. And so that's what we were talking about yesterday, trying to honor both the forming and the sending. And then after third service, someone comes up to me and they were like, "Hey, you missed a person that this applies to." And I'm like, okay, great. And they were like, "You missed the person who's serving faithfully." And I'm like, "You're right, I did. So thank you for that. Where were you 3 weeks ago and 3 services ago? You're a dirty rat." But I did. Like I didn't talk about that in the application aspect of it.
Yeah.
Which maybe you could say that should go without saying.
Sure.
Like that person should have
Yeah.
felt validated.
Yeah.
But it would have been good to say.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah,
That would have been nice to know yesterday.
Yeah, right. I'm like, "Where were you 3 weeks ago?" And she was like, "I didn't know." I was like, "Well, then where?" She was like, "Maybe you could add it to the next service." I was like, "Where were you 3 services ago?"
That's funny.
I can't, in fact, add it to the next service.
that's good.
Did you hit the part where they like the women walk away not telling anybody? Like I think it's in Mark.
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Because we were in Acts.
Oh right. I didn't.
I would do it.
I was feeling like I heard that, but maybe that was a different sermon.
I don't know.
But I don't know. I just like that. I like that.
That it ends so abruptly.
Yeah, and like there's
were afraid.
There's more afterwards. Yeah,
They
but
walked
just
away and didn't tell anyone because they were afraid.
Yeah, but just the feeling of like I got to do something about this because I don't want to be in that position where I just walked away and didn't do anything, and kind of like the pull to action that is there. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, so you normally send me, when I'm preaching, you send me your sermon before it or
Yeah.
when the start of the series is so I can get an idea of where you're
Yeah.
headed so I can kind of follow your train of thought.
Yeah.
I had already written most of my sermon before you sent me yours
Yeah.
for this series.
Yeah.
And so I didn't even read it. I was just
Yeah.
like, I'm already locked in. I know where I'm going, so I'm just going to go there. And then when you preached yesterday, I was like, wait a second.
Wait a
Not that we
minute.
overlapped, but almost that we were like contrasting each other.
Yeah.
Between you were meant to go, so pack your bags and go.
Yeah.
And then mine is a lot of like, stop trying to go and just wait sometimes.
Yeah.
And it was really funny. I think it's not an antithesis necessarily. I think it's an important distinction, like
Yeah.
a nuance
Yeah.
between the ways that we wait
Yeah.
and the ways that we go.
Yeah.
Our motivations and our,
Yeah.
things like that. But so at first I was starting to sweat like,
Don't worry.
oh, I'm going to preach against what he's preaching
No.
today. But it's not going to land like that at all, I don't think.
Yeah, and
It's-
the next week we're going to go again, right? Like that's the thing
Yeah.
is
I think they build on each other in a healthy way.
They do. They build on it. They build in a good way.
I think that's such a frustrating thing about just Christianity sometimes, but something that is like something you have to be okay with. Like there's so many things that are just like the easiest one is like the gift of Jesus is free,
Yeah.
but it will cost you everything. Like
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
those paradoxes.
Oxymorons of, yeah.
Yeah, and so I think like that. Hey, you really need to go, but don't forget to stay.
Yeah.
You know, like those types of things. I think that's a really
I was thinking about
funny
that
place.
yesterday. I was just imagining the conversation I could have next Sunday after service, and someone
Yeah.
comes up to me and is like, "You guys just told me to go last week.
Yeah.
You're telling me to stop and to wait." And trying to navigate that with someone like, "Yeah, they
be
both
so
are
good.
true, and you
Yeah.
know, there's nuance." But it is interesting. I was thinking about that exact same. The paradoxes
Oh man,
that
I
exist.
love
It's
them.
like we just have to live with those because both can be true.
Yeah.
You can both be waiting too much and need to just get moving, and you can also be moving too hard and need to stop and wait.
It's one of
Yeah.
the easiest things you'll do, but the hardest thing that you'll do.
Yeah.
You can also get somewhere and need to linger.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can also need to wait on where Christ is sending you. Like there's a lot of
There's a lot of that.
there's a lot of aspects of that, right? You know, I mean, even go throughout the book of Acts, like you go throughout the book of Acts and you see like when you get to Paul and his journeys, like sometimes he wants to go here, but he ends up over there, or like, sometimes you're taken away to here and then you don't really know why. Yeah. And then you find a bus, like, I mean, it's just, or like a train, or not a train, but you know what I'm trying to say, the car being pulled by a chariot. That's it.
Oh.
That's the word. It's a bus. It's fine. A chariot and a bus are the same thing.
It's an
I
Uber.
was not
It's an
following
Uber.
where you were, but now I'm
2,000 years apart.
It's an Uber, yeah.
But like you just like
Yeah.
Acts has all this hodgepodgey events that happen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I think it's just indicative of the different ways that we
Some-
have to be dependent on the Spirit, and the Spirit will move, and it's also unexpected.
sometimes the prison doors open, but not so you can run away, so that you can sit there
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
tell the guard, "Hey, we're still here, and let's
Yeah.
tell you about Jesus."
yeah,
Like that's just Acts. So
yeah.
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 So that's the story, right? And so I'm excited for that. It'll be good.
Yeah, I think it's a cool series.
Yeah, even though it's short.
We constantly need these series that like kind of like a back to the basics. I don't know that that's what this is necessarily going to be,
Yeah.
but something that goes like, what is this supposed to look like?
Yeah.
As opposed to like we've been moving forward and we've been doing different things, and now things are a little convoluted. So let's like kind of recenter. And
Yeah.
I think those are always helpful to pull us back in. And I mean that's why I think continuing to read the Bible is an important thing, because we will kind of like find a passion for something and we'll like go down that trail and create a soapbox and do all these things. But sometimes it's good just to return to be like, what's the core of this message?
Yeah.
And I think Acts does that really well.
Yeah, I mean, in like week 3, right? Week 3 is like, hey, don't overthink it. Just do what you can. You know what I mean? Like you can't do everything.
Yeah.
But you could do something, and you'd be amazed what Jesus could do with that thing.
Yeah.
Right. And so it is like, again, it's getting back to that basic principle.
Yeah.
A little bit. Like, yeah, I don't know.
That's really good.
That's it. So yeah, that's kind of where we're going, what we're doing. But yeah, not a Mother's Day message at all.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? I did mention packing a suitcase to have a baby twice in the sermon.
Yeah.
So
That was in there.
in passing. So there you go. And I brought my suitcases with me, which if you've ever gone on a mission trip with me, you've definitely seen those 2 suitcases. That's what I always take. So my favorite little guy and my checked one. So there's a nod to that. I think I'm talking about my mission trip in a couple weeks too. So the last one, Guatemala.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's a picture of it in the slide. Is that for this last trip?
That's from this last trip.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm talking about that because that picture. Spoiler alert: that picture was so that the family in that picture, the little boy, is Alpha and I's sponsor kid in Guatemala.
That's neat.
Yeah,
Caleb and
yeah.
I hope to go meet our kid.
Yeah,
these days.
it was way cool. And so yeah, that's what that picture is for. So yeah, so whenever you're making this slide of like what following Jesus was meant to be, and you have all these different pictures, how do you not include that? You know what I mean? Like, so even though I hate having my face on
I get
stuff, so
Yep, I hear that.
that was one I was like, I was trying to figure out how to crop that picture and crop me out of it.
Yeah.
But I couldn't crop me out of it
Without
and make
killing the thing.
it make sense in the, you know what I mean? Like I was playing with it like crazy.
Yeah.
So I also texted, I think I texted everybody but one person whose image was used in that graphic. So, and they were all okay with it. And the one person, I knew that he wouldn't care. So
Yeah. Yeah. That's funny.
yeah. So we do ask for permission for things like that sometimes.
We
Just,
do. We do.
you know.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool to see all like those different people in the image, and I'm
Yeah.
sure there's some people who don't know any of those people except
Yeah.
for maybe you.
I guess there's one other person in the image I didn't message, but it's because you can't really see him. Like it's the impossible shot.
Oh, yeah.
And so
yeah.
you can see that it's happening, but you don't know who it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was fun to go through all those pictures and stuff for that.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, you guys got anything else?
No,
I think
so.
I think we did it.
Yeah.
Be it.
All right, let's check it out.
That's all
All
she
right.
wrote.
Well, thank you guys for joining us.
Goodbye, friends.
See you later.
See you next time.